Welcome to Grow Overload, and here we are over a month out since the 5070, 5070 Ti, 9070, 9070 XT, 5080, 5090 have all been released, been out, and we've been looking for stock. And over this last month, yeah, there has been some stocks. There's been some restocks I've seen in on Newegg and Micro Center here in the United States. I don't know where else you are in the world how the stock has been, but if there's been an article about it, I've read it, I've seen something happen. There's been here and there. The biggest disappointment is that it seems like every single time I want to do a video, there's no stock. So we're going to go over some of that today, go through some of the GPUs, see where the prices are, and this could be somewhat disappointing, I guess, if you are hoping to get something. I was actually really hoping to see some more stock being filled. We've heard from AMD that they're working really hard, to get stock out there, and I do see restocks from both Nvidia and AMD here and there, but it just seems like as fast as they go in, they're going out the door. So there's a demand here for GPUs, and it makes some sort of sense, right? People now, if they've been waiting for it, they're not going to keep waiting, especially if they waited the last time that there was a GPU shortage. They're just here, I don't care the price, I just want to buy it, I just want to have a card. And there's multitude of other reasons, or you could be like me, just hoping that there's a chance that you get one, right? And well, yeah, this is it's kind of disappointing. I really wish that there was more stock, but here we are. We are sitting here. AMD said it's the biggest demand that they've had in a long time, and it's looking like that is the case. So if we jump over to Newegg here, we'll kind of go through the 5070 first, maybe the 9070, and work our way through these. But you can see here from Newegg, best selling. Let's go. Do they have something in stock? Here's in stock. So they do have some in stock here. But let's just do lowest price to highest price, just so. I said in stock. I guess you can. Is this actually in stock here? Yeah, you can add to cart. So $5.99 for an MSI. Here we have that. We have $5.99. So, for $5.50, these are, entry level ones. A little bit more expensive than where it was at initially, but you can kind of see where uh, they're sitting. I actually did not see this earlier. I was only seeing the $900 ones. I'm going, this is crazy, but it does jump up. So you have two here that are the $5.99, so a little bit over MSRP. Then you have $700 and $900. So that is the 5070 there. On the Micro Center side, if you are going, if you live near Micro Center, the reason why I like to look at Micro Center is because they do have some really good options and pricing and some other stuff. Of course, GPUs right now are not going to be there. They're sold out for everything close to, yeah, they're just sold out. Sold out, sold out, sold out for all these 5070s here. So if they have a 5070, it's up there. 5070 for 739, Asus one. You're gonna spend about $700 for that. Looks like you got Newegg for $600, $599. That's probably a little bit better option. But you got the Asus Tough here, and what was it? The Asus Tough as well. Yeah, the Asus Tough. So they're both in stock there. So that's pretty cool. Let's jump over to we should do the 9070 now, right? That's going to be the next kind of one that makes sense for these cards. Let's see, what do we got? We have here, we got $1,000. Yeah, that's up there. I will say that. That's a little expensive there for these. Something I would not spend right now. The 5070 is obviously a better price point for these. So 9070 here. There's a 9070 XT. Can you split these out? Yeah, there we go. So we have something here. We have sold out, sold out. sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out. You don't have anything for Micro Center. So it's looking as if the best option right now is for that 5070 and kind of that $500 to $600 price range here. And let's just, I'm just going to go through and get these kind of all set up, and you're going to kind of watch me do it here. And we will have the 5070 Ti, because that's the next step up, right? That's the next card here if you're interested in it. Go in stock, lowest first, and whoa, we are sitting at $1,000. So $1,000 to 1,500. Okay, yeah, did not expect that at all. Wow, that is a price there. I guess I'm okay with sitting on the sidelines for the GPUs right now. Ouch, this is not what I fully expected here. We got the 5070 here. Yeah, 5070 Ti, right? We're sold out, 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 sold out. Oh, yeah, sold out. Everything's sold out there too. And now this is my closest store, I guess, in Westmount, in Illinois. That's it. It's a drive for me, right? Closest means I take a day and I'm going to go and drive to the Micro Center and take the whole day to do it, because it's not a short drive. I really wish that they had one way closer to where I'm at, but that is not the case right now. We're still sold out here. So let's jump over to the 9070 XT. I guess there could be an option there, and it's $1,000. Okay, yikes! This is not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see that. I mean, $699 would have been fine, right? Something like this, right? AMD put these at, was it $599 and $550 for the 9070 XT and 9070? Would be great to see those, but even $600, $700 right now would be something for, feel like, oh yeah, this is way cheaper than what everybody else is. But we're not there. Let's go look at what we got here for the Micro Center. And Amazon, I've seen some stuff at Amazon. Amazon site just drives me crazy looking for hardware. If I compare prices with Amazon, right, I'm usually going on someplace and then comparing it through a usually like PC part builder, or I just copy what I want and paste it in there so I can limit the craziness that Amazon site has is looking for hardware. But here we are, we're sold out across everything. Man, this was supposed to have something here. This morning it did have some stuff. So yeah, there was some stuff here this morning. So unfortunately everything's sold out again. But you kind of see stuff. And on Newegg, right, if you take off in stock, you'll see a whole bunch of sold out stuff too. I'm just more focused on the in stock items. But let's jump over. Now we're done with AMD cards, right? Now we're on to Nvidia cards only, the 5080 here. The 5080 is okay, 1500, 1700, 1800, 1900, 2000, 2400 at the end. If you want to spend money, they have options for you to spend money, right? This is over, like these down here are over a man, they're expensive, right? And of course, if there's demand right now, this is really going to be. I'm surprised to see all this. I've not looked at the 5080 and 5090. I've been, you could say, scared to see it. I've been solely focused on just the 5070 area and the 9070 area, because I think that's where the best kind of value is. One, I don't really want to spend that much money for a 5080 or a 5090, so I have not looked at that. Would I like a 5080-90? That's a different story. Yes, I would like one. And in fact, if you go to Walmart right now, sometimes Walmart, I guess, in their section has cheap graphics cards for some odd reason. Well, if that's the case, maybe we should just all go there and pick up graphics cards, because You get an open box one for, if you go to the open box area at Walmart. I've wanted to go to a couple different Walmarts to see if I could see something there. Um, some of them were a couple $100 off, I thought I saw, which was, not too bad overall. It's something I would consider, especially if it's, close to MSRP. But here we go, you get an MSRP one and for the 5080, and we're sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out. Yeah, it's more interesting if I find one in stock here at Micro Center. But page two, let's go to page two. Let's get lucky here on page two. No, but you see the prices there. Let's click on the 5090. Let that load here, and we'll switch back over to Newegg. See what we got for the 5090. There's rumors about when the 5060 and 5060 Ti and the 9060 and 9060 XT are coming, even the 9070 GRE as well. Would be kind of interesting to see those kind of go out, see where they kind of fit into the market. Considering where they are now, unless they have a lot of stock, it seems like they're going to be bought up right away and then just rides up in price over the 5070 and 5070 Ti price, probably, or MSRPs, I should say, not over the current price, because that's crazy right now. And if you want the 5090, well, you're spending a lot of money. $4,000 for that. Well, here it is. I was even looking at used cards too, so I was, I could get into that too. I should actually do one on just used market stuff right here in the United States. At some point, at least, maybe it's the same in your country if you're outside the United States, which, we have, did I uncheck the 5080 here? Here it is. Okay. We'll get the 5090 here. But the used market is kind of interesting overall. I was noticing that 4090s, and there were broken ones I was looking at. My brother's like, oh, you could probably get an old, because he'd like to have a build, a little gaming build and stuff. He's like, oh, it's probably, a good discount now that you could get on the used market. And I sent him a broken one that said for parts only, and it was as much as a MSRP of a 4090. He goes, oh, I take that back. And then all the used ones were like $2,300 on eBay for that. So I was, yeah, it is what it is right now. Not too much I can do about it, and I'm not gonna stress my life over it for that. But it's disappointing because I want to see something where gamers can get their hands on it. Heck, I'd like to get my hands on some of the stuff and see prices, after release. I like to see prices, in 6 months come down, and not just come down to MSRP, but come down below MSRP. And as we're looking here on all these cars, we're seeing sold out on all of them. So here in my local one, they don't have stock for anything. I guess I could have just looked at the availability here and it would have made more sense, right? It would have been easier for us to look through everything, but make stuff harder on myself, right? Makes way more sense. So there you go. There's the current market, and just some of my thoughts on this while you got my little, little jabs at this while I'm going through it. This is, where supply and demand are not meeting up at all right now, where demand is just way higher than supply, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get, or I don't know how soon we're going to be able to get through this, right? And with the 5060, 5060 Ti, 9060, 9060 XT, maybe the GRE in some locations, how much will that alleviate this? That's going to be just really to be seen. If you're looking at like a 9070, and do you really want to drop down to the 9060? If you're looking at the 5070, do you want to drop down to that 5060, 5060 Ti? I don't think so, unless you just want a graphics card. So is this going to alleviate that, right? It may put a alleviation, for those in that market, but then the demand in that market segment may be just so high already, we're going to be sold out right away. I think we're going to be sold out right away, and it's just going to be this cycle until finally AMD and Nvidia can satisfy the supply, which is disappointing. You know, like I said, my brother would like a, little gaming PC too. Well, I say little, but one that does some gaming. And that's something that, you look at the graphics card price and you just go, ouch, these are really expensive. For me, I like to upgrade my PC now. Whoever I give this to is probably going to have to supply their own graphics card, or I'm going to stick in just an older graphics card. I got some 5080s, 3050s lying around here, and that may be an option, but it's not like they're going to go out, unless they want to, right? Go out and get a new GPU. And then if you want a new one, you have to be able to find it for a price range you're willing to pay for, or you're going to be sitting and waiting. Like, well, I am. My 7900 XT is going to be the one I'm going to use if I decide to upgrade and build another computer here soon for me. I'm thinking about using my friend. He got a 9800 X3D, which works really well. So I was thinking about trying this 7800 X3D, doing a build with that, with the 7800 XT, and just seeing how that runs with some of my day-to-day items, seeing how that is different than the Threadripper I'm using now. So let me know in the comments below what you're seeing in your area. If your local micro center has something different, let me know. I'm curious about that. And if you're getting a hold of a card, I want to know that too. And if you want to tell us what price, I don't. If you want a game, spend the money on it that you want to spend on it. Right? It's your entertainment. It's your money. I'm not going to shame somebody for spending too much. I'm just in the position where I want to get the information out there to you. If you're looking for a card, of what the price may be, what kind it looks like. So if you're one that likes to go in and out and just be like, I want something, but I'm not going to pay too much, I'm going to wait for somebody to tell me, hey, prices are coming down. I hope that helps you in that area. But I'm not telling you that the prices are coming down right now. Hopefully in a month or two, when this is there, we can see it more. But yeah, this is just disappointing. I mean, come on. And I think it's more an indictment of Nvidia and AMD not getting the supply out right now. Yeah, it's I get it. People want chips, people want graphics cards, but and I get it. You're right. You have contracts of how many, wafers you have and the supply and everything else, but this has gone on for more than just a little while here. We've seen this for a few years, so we'll see. And well, and then you have the 9800 X3D, which can't seem to be staying in stock either. Man, it's got building a computer right now. If you want certain things, you can't find it. But thanks so much for watching Grow Overload and help this channel grow. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It really does help out the channel. Watching all my videos does as well. And until next time, God bless.